Studies show that with existing technologies, our country can be completely off fossil fuels by 2030. Spain already is 50% renewable through wind, and Seville, Spain is largely powered by new high-tech condensed solar panels, or CSP. Did I just go on? CSP provide electricity 24/7. In New York City, we can convert our garbage to electricity, thus saving on garbage disposal costs, air pollution from garbage transport, and even bringing in cash by selling the residual as fertilizer. We can insulate our buildings, install action or heat-sensitive lighting systems, add conventional solar panels and small horizontal windmills to rooftops, and stop heating and lighting our office buildings when they are empty. All of these activities bring jobs and will help bring New York out of the recession. Though renewable energy tends to be expensive to install, it quickly pays for itself. Installation costs for conventional solar panels installed out west in the 1980s have already been recouped, and now electricity from these panels costs 3 cents a kilowatt, which is just about the cheapest energy source around. In short, rather than destroy our upstate water and air, rather than threaten our citizens with natural gas pipeline explosions, rather than spend billions of dollars on a new natural gas power plant and a new water filtration that may not even filter the water adequately, New York City must become the great leader that it has been for decades and bring our planet into the 21st century of renewable energy.
My name is David Braun. I am one of the co-founders for United for Action. I think it's very important that those of us here in the New York City area call attention that the DRBC has neglected to hold a hearing in New York City when almost half of the inhabitants of the state of New York are located in the metropolitan area of New York. Mark Jacobson and Mark DeLucchi, forgive me if I pronounced that name wrong, scientists from Stanford and UC Davis say that we can be completely on renewable and green energy by 2030. There is no need for us to drill for gas and poison the people anywhere in the process of hydraulic fracturing. In light of the most recent New York Times articles that came out on Sunday and again today, and we'll be seeing more of, it is imperative that we put a stop to unconventional gas drilling and ban hydraulic fracturing now. We have a major health crisis on our hands, major. The DRBC in particular has a responsibility to protect the Delaware River Basin and all of its inhabitants. Based on the information that we found in the New York Times article and other sources such as the Hazen and Sawyer report, we are poisoning the American people just to power our lives. And the perspective that is leading this push for drilling is demented. Unconventional shale gas drilling fracking is an untenable practice. These chemicals cause cancer, radiation causes cancer. This is a major health crisis, and it must be banned now and until it can be proven safe. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Let me say this to the panel, and I really, really appreciate the spirit and the verve and the deep commitment of this panel, which I think is emblematic of everybody in this room. That's a good thing. But what is unfortunate is that it is not so much up to what I believe or what you believe. That doesn't drive the day, and so we have this process that we're in, and I actually find myself agreeing with Mr. Braun in that getting into the minutiae and of the details of this regulation versus another regulation, whatever. It's just, if this goes forward, like, we're just in trouble. This is just a really bad thing. And we have to do what we need to see if we can get sanity to prevail. Okay, so you can do that like through the official system. You make comments to the DRBC, you make comments to the state, you participate in the process, you come here like you make your views known, you give them technical information and data gaps and all this. And that's a good strategy, people should do that. But what everybody needs to do is, not for me to coach anybody, but take the New York Times article that came out on Sunday and send it to your state assembly person and to your state senator and to the governor and just say, what is your response to this? What is your response? And we as people who live in this apartment building or part of the civic association or part of this religious congregation, we want to meet with you, like our state senator. We want to know what you are going to do. And so, we want to meet with you. We want you to come to our, apartment building. We want you to come to our, we want you to come to our congregation. We want you to hold a town hall. We want to know from you. You represent us in the New York State Senate. What are you going to do about this? And what are you going to do as my local representative in the state assembly? And write to the governor. Maybe I have better luck than I do. But you need people going to Albany, talking to the governor, saying, "I'm getting beat up on this. This is guys. This is just getting to be too much. This is getting to be too much. It's on the front page of the Times. It's not just people, with tie-dye shirts like in the street anymore. It's on the front page of the Times. It's in the Oscars. It's in the USGS. It's just it's over, It's just that is kind of, what we need. And so I think the people in the room today are people who will be wonderful ambassadors of that. People belong to civic associations, people belong to the co-op board, people belong to local community board or whatever. But what you need is your state representatives to get bombarded by photocopies of Times article, whatever else you want to send them, saying that this matters to us, and please let us know what your record is on this. Have you made any statements on this? Have you participated in any kind of process on this? Did you, submit comment, whatever? It's just what have you done? It's a big deal. It's all over. We want to know we want to know how you feel about it, and then we want to meet with you a month from now, and we want to know what you've done on this. I tell you, that is the best way to go, because they really will really be forced. Stop. I will not have that. I will not have that. And so that, I think, is a practical suggestion, and although we should still do this by the numbers and have our little testimony and talk to the DRDC and play the game by sort of the rules sort of within the box. But it's completely within the box, and to go to the people that represent you and let them know that this is important. Because while the city government, we have a public pulpit, and we have a mayor who's committed to good things and really good DEP. I mean, we run the show here, and there are levels that go beyond us, like the DRBC and the state and the federal government. And of course, the people here well know that it's President Obama who holds the swing, vote with the Army Corps, and so this is where people have to voice things. So it's really up to me to ask questions. But let me ask Joe the question of, what did you want to ask me, or what did you want to say?